Welcome to the Cross and Pro Show. How's everybody doing today? Had a big day, big weekend. We're going to talk to Joe Phame, our special guest, and then we're going to talk a little bit of football. What else we got? We've got a lot going on today. Um, so it was a big weekend. What's up, brother?
Are we live? Oh, we're live. Hey guys, how's it going?
I was telling them we got a big show today. We're gonna have your buddy, and I get to meet him for the first time, Joe Phame from Phame Productions. We're gonna talk some football. We're gonna talk. My boys lost, man.
I don't know if is that what they call that last play of the game? Was that a football play? Are you sure?
I don't know, man. I don't know what they were doing.
Looked like something the Little Giants would have ran before they got good.
So yeah, we're gonna have to talk. Um, then I gotta change my Super Bowl predictions because I thought that the Bills would make an appearance with the appearance of the Super Bowl, but I guess that's not gonna happen. So, so let's talk about the white elephant in the room. We'll talk about the two games that happened this week that I'm sad about, man. I'm sad that my football season's over.
Yeah, I mean the Giants they didn't even show up even a little bit, even for a second. Like there was it kicked off. The Eagles got at the 25. I don't know if it was like the first play or the second play of the game. They threw something for a nice chunk of yardage. Just the way the crowd erupted, I was like, no, it's over. We're fucked. Like I just knew not to be like a downer, but like it was just immediately they Jalen Hurts threw that one big pass, like first or second play of the game. The crowd, you would have thought they just threw a game-winning touchdown in the fourth quarter. I was just like, no, we're absolutely fucked. Like it just didn't feel good from the very first play. And then we went with it. We went for it on 4th and 8 on our first drive, and we didn't get it. And it was just like, no, this is over. It was so over very quickly.
Man.
And Dallas just like that game, the San Francisco and Dallas games, like it didn't even happen. It was so weird. Like nothing happened. It was just weird. I don't know.
Well, and the other thing with the Dallas, we were talking about this too. But the other thing with the Dallas game is that was such a low-scoring game. You know what I mean? I mean, nobody broke out. It wasn't a breakout game. I mean, 49ers won by a touchdown. And the other thing too that really killed me was Dallas lost all confidence in our kicker, Brett Maher. They lost all confidence. If you look at every fourth down position or possession that we had, it doesn't matter what it was. They were like, you know what? We'd rather go for it on fourth and 9, than trust our kicker to try to kick a field goal on this. So
yeah, that's hard. I mean, here's the thing, and the person who was most visibly animated and pulling for that was Dak, and it's just like, Dak, not for nothing. Are you really doing anything that has anyone feeling like, no, let's get someone else out there yourself? So you're over here sweating. My man's 1 point. He cost you 3 points, 4 points. Dak, how many points did you cost your team? It's 6 every time you score. It's only 1 to 3 every time he scores. So how many? Who cost 2 more points, Dak?
Yeah, that was tough. It was tough to watch. And then Tony Pollard getting injured. That was huge. That was a huge loss for us. If Tony was there, especially because the Cowboys always play better in the fourth quarter. For some reason, they always try to play catch up, and they always, most of their wins come in the fourth quarter. So I think if Tony was there, they would have got, that touchdown that they needed to tie the game, and even if they went to overtime. But
That's a really hard life to live, especially all season. I mean, Dak, like historically, he has a good amount of fourth quarter comebacks, but that's a hard life to live. That clock, that juice runs out eventually, or at least some of the time, But he, it was just like Dallas just could get absolutely nothing going in any way, shape, or form. Not that San Francisco was great. Their defense, their San Francisco, that's what their defenses do.
But like I said, I have to give credit to the 49ers rookie quarterback. I mean, the guy looked like he was like he's been there, like he's done this before.
You said before, he didn't, he didn't have 300 yards and 3 touchdowns or something, but he didn't throw a bunch of interceptions. He didn't fumble the ball. He didn't make stupid plays and bad decisions.
Right.
And that a lot of guys wouldn't be able to do that at, just people mess up, people try to do too much, whatever. So,
Yeah. So it was a tough loss, man. It was a tough loss all around. So now, I don't know how you are as a Giants fan. I just don't want to see the Eagles win the whole thing.
Oh man, what happened to the are the Eagles that good? Because that was ridiculous. That was really ridiculous. The Giants just never even stood a chance, and we know the Giants are not the worst football team. So I just don't know. We were just completely eclipsed. It wasn't I don't know if the Eagles are quite as good as they played on Saturday. The Giants also didn't show up at all, it seemed. So I don't know what happened, but I mean, if that's who the Eagles are, it's going to be easy two wins for them to be champs.
Right. And I think the biggest upset out of all of it is the Bengals taking out the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming at all. I thought that the Bills were gonna make it.
Yeah, I mean, being from New York, you can never count on the Bills. I'm a Giants fan. I was, not from up near Buffalo, but you can never count on the Bills, especially no matter how good their regular season is. When it's playoff time, just assume they're going to fuck it up. So just the Bills be billing, that's all.
Right. Well, with Josh Allen, Josh coming in as the number 1 quarterback this year. I don't know. But he did start kind of, I would say, fading off towards, I would say, almost mid-season. He got injured, and then he just never came back with the same intensity.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills, the last couple weeks, they weren't, the confidence in them had waned, I think. But the Bengals, it's easy to sleep on them, especially Joe Burrow. You can't really count on him yet, but apparently this man's the real deal because they're smoking people. So
right,
they're much better than people give them credit for.
We were talking about the sleeper last week, the sleeper team coming in and taking it all. I don't know. That might just be the Bengals.
There's people thinking they smoke Kansas City, no problem. People are talking about Kansas is not whatever this issues this year, which I don't really see it, but people are picking them over Kansas. I don't know.
Well, you look at Mahomes is injured too. So
yeah, true. He did. Yeah, you never know. High ankle sprain. I mean, it's sidelined Saquon for a year.
So it may end up being, I don't know. It might end up being Bengals and I think the Eagles going to get there. I think Eagles are gonna beat 49ers. Definitely.
Yeah, the Eagles. I don't know. I'm scared of the Eagles. I'm standing in the corner looking over my shoulder over what the Eagles did to us this weekend. So they might just steamroll the 49ers. The Bengals might be able to get in a shootout with them. I don't know if they'll win it, but it'll have to be a shootout, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Whoever plays against the Eagles, that's what I'm gonna have to go for. Hopefully it'll be the Bengals. Hopefully they'll get there. That'd be the sleeper team that comes in and takes it on.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it happening. I still think it'll be the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will be the champs.
You think Patrick's still gonna pull it off? Injured?
Yeah. His ankle
take on a tough Eagles team.
Yeah, he's like 20 years old. He'll be fine. He's probably healed already. He was probably healed at halftime.
Right. Well, he tried to come back and play.
Yeah, he did. That was actually somewhat funny. He was like, he ran off the field, he was out, and then he was like, ah, fuck it. And he just limped back on the field, did a couple plays. I
Right.
don't think he expected like he thought he was maybe just gonna do those 2 first downs, see what was what, and then he was like, with 10 seconds left in the first quarter, he was like, all right, get me off this fucking field. And he just was like, let's get off the field here, and just ran off the field. That was fun.
Right. Well, at least one good thing happened this weekend. And that was that you don't get Dallas and Eagles.
Yeah.
So,
No, and Dallas ended they like just the fashion in which they went out
right.
was so good that no one even cares about anything else. Everyone's just talking about, hey, did we scrape Zeke off the field yet? Did anyone check on Zeke after McCarthy let him get just slaughtered? Man. So that's all everyone's talking about.
I don't know. I don't know if Zeke is going to be back. I mean, I know that we're talking about Tony being injured and Zeke, steps up as the number one, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't unless Zeke starts showing, just like starts appearing again, and playing the way that we've known Zeke to play. I don't know. I'm worried about having Zeke as our starter. Zeke's good for short yardage, but Tony, he's so fast on the ground, and we're so used to him picking up some major grounds.
All right, you guys might get lucky. Tony Pollard expected back for the beginning of training camp, but is he gonna be Tony Pollard? It's that's still gonna take some time. So
yeah, my thoughts and prayers are with Tony and his family too, because hopefully that he heals and this isn't a career-ending injury for him.
I don't know what his contract looks like, but he should ask Zeke for some of the money that Zeke got, because that was definitely supposed to be some Tony Pollard money.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
That was definitely supposed to be some of Tony's money. Tony, you got to hit your people up about that one.
So I gotta answer this thing. So Jonathan said, "Don't tell me I'm here before Joe Phame's here."
Joe is 3 minutes late.
No, Joe's here.
All right, it doesn't say he's on the bottom, so I was like, he's not here.
He's there. We're gonna go ahead and bring Joe in. So this is our special guest. I'm gonna let you introduce him because I haven't officially met Joe. Let me do this real quick. How's it going, brother?
How's it going, guys?
It's going good.
What's going on, man? How you doing over there?
All right, keeping extremely busy.
Oh yeah, what do you got going on? You are someone told me you're doing like a film festival.
Oh, yeah,
I haven't met.
Yeah, there's so much. Just finishing up people's demo reels. That's what I've been editing all day. Pre-production for my feature film that we're filming starting Thursday, and I'm still doing stuff regarding the film festival that'll be taking place in September.
That is a full slate. One thing in this industry, I've like, you guys keep a lot of stuff, like keep track of a lot of different stuff. Like that alone, the organizational, like you got it's projects. Sometimes you're not like really even touching one of them for like a couple weeks at a time. Then you just got to pick it up. Where like it's you guys really and like there's characters and storylines and props and parts and sets and people and everything attached to every single one of those. Like it's pretty extensive, the organizational skills, especially a lot of you essentially like freelance filmmakers. Like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Always going just like a mile per minute. So much pre-productions beats. There's so much work that goes into it, especially when you're behind on pre-productions. Even more, you try to do a whole month's worth of pre-production in like 1 month, and it gets pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know. I barely know what pre-production is yet. I'm just a young pup still.
Yeah, pre-production is basically just all the plan. Make sure that all your cast members are aligned. They know their wardrobes. The script is all set and ready to go. You get your table read set up. You got to make sure the prop is all set up. The decorations are going to be needed set up. The location that is everything set in stone, so you can start decorating. So you can start setting everything up when it comes to that. Make sure all the paperwork is filled, the NDA forms, the release forms. I mean, it's just so much.
The NDA and release forms, one of the most overlooked things I have come across so far. Everyone, that afterthought, everyone's like, oh yeah, we didn't do that. I don't think I've ever signed. I don't know if I've ever signed one.
Oh,
Ever.
well, he's also actually right here. Slacker will be on my feature film, and you will be signing that form when you get this.
Make sure I do, man, because no one ever makes me sign them, and I talk a lot. So, but I don't know. I've never signed anything.
This you will be.
Oh man, people got to keep up their paperwork. If you think the guy with Pro Slacker in his name's keeping up with the paperwork, he's not. I don't keep up with my own paperwork. Tell me where my tax returns are. I could. So, all right.
Even my partners with Fear Fame Productions, I still make them sign the paperwork. So Jonathan and Heather, they still got to sign the forms too. So
yeah, you got to watch those two. You never know with them.
Yeah, that's why he's got to make sure. Hey, sign this because they get busy.
Don't trust them as far as I can spit. Let me tell you. No, I'm just kidding. Jonathan's here. Heather's probably working. What's up, Jonathan? I know you are here.
Yeah, Jonathan's here, and Jasmine's here.
Hey, both of them.
So, a big question is, what made you decide to do your own film festival? Like, how does that go? Or just say, you know what, I'm gonna do my own film festival.
One of the things, like, I always wanted my own festival. Originally, it was a music festival. I really wanted. That was like my big dream. I always wanted to throw a music festival. I had the best idea. I pitched it. I had so many people that wanted to do it, but it was way too expensive. Like, you're thinking way, way too high, and it was physically impossible to get the budget that I wanted because I was looking at probably like a $2 million budget minimum.
you were trying to throw a fest, like a fest, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to throw like kind of like an ultra like that, but like that big. I talked to like iHeartRadio, they loved it. They're like, this is the best idea we ever heard for a festival ever. They're like, you can pitch it. They're trying to give me like some pointers like how to pitch it to investors. Cause like this is awesome. They say we'll sponsor, we'll advertise this for free because this sounds like amazing. They were down for it, but then my partner that I originally had that I was supposed to do it with, he got investors, and then he went ghost. So then these investors just like, hey, we know him, but he's not in it no more, so we're not gonna do it. So I'm like, well, that sucks. But it was all right because we're supposed to do it like in South Carolina and like this crappy, I don't know, it didn't look that great to begin with. It was like this really shady looking field with like the stage that looked like it was like falling apart. So I was like, all right. I didn't want to like cheap out anyway when it came to that.
It's gonna be a little deliverance music festival. You know, you gotta be careful.
Yeah. Plus, like, film, like now that I'm involved with the film community so much and meeting so many people, and I'm just like, at least I could still throw a festival that's, granted, it's not music, but still films. I can actually watch other people's films and then get a bunch of other judges to watch them. So I can't be biased. So people that I know, I'm not even going to judge them. Like, hey, like I know you, I can't judge your film. And I'll pass out to somebody who doesn't. We get people submitting from different countries anyway, Ireland and UK. And so those I'll like judge and whatnot.
My vote is for sale. If anyone needs me as a judge, my vote is for sale. So if just throwing that out there. Pretty much everything's for sale at this point. You need something done, let me know. There's a price.
We'll throw you on the judge panel with Jose and Jonathan.
So, and how many submissions have you got so far?
I mean, I only pushed it. It's only been up for like 2 weeks now. Not many. I only got like maybe a little bit over 10. It's only been 2 weeks that I pushed it, though.
I don't know why I feel like that's not that bad personally.
Bro, what we do this? What we because we have a lot of people on here who may not know who Joe is. So let's kind of introduce him, and then let's let him tell us a little bit about we're talking about the submissions for the Fair Fame Film Festival. Let's let our audience know what that is, and then kind of if they want to submit some films, and how can they do that as well?
Definitely. So I guess about me, I guess you could say I'm kind of still new in the game, but I feel like I've done a lot that kind of got people turning heads towards me. So I do feature films, I do short films. I've been a DJ for over 20 years. Okay. But it kind of took off last year when I started making my first feature film. We shot in 4 days. And I guess that like really surprised people. Like, oh my God, who's this Joe guy doing a feature film in just 4 days? And I had Jonathan Montes. He just pushed it so hard that I'm like, I was like, I'm going to do this for fun. It's not going to blow up. I'll just do this one movie and then I'll go back to DJing. Nobody will know me, whatever. Right. And then he's like, nope, that's not happening. He got me involved with the whole film community. Next thing, 100 people looking at me like, what's this film? We got to see it. It was rushed. So, I mean, it's not the best that we did. We learned a lot from it, though.
Right.
And so we're gonna do a double premiere with that one and this one because it should have been released already, but it was just so much that I don't know. There's a lot to work on, I guess, with that film to make it as best as it can because the hype was so big. We had about over 400 people trying to buy tickets like right away.
I just got to throw out there about Jonathan. I think Jonathan's getting like $50 per person that he initiates into the film, and like you just put it together for me because like I knew he like got you involved and everything, but he got me involved and like he's getting like $50 a pop referral fee or something for us. I guarantee it, man. He's getting papered up.
So yeah, Jonathan just said that hopefully he changes that to a full-time director position.
He should be a casting director. Like he's a great casting director. He helps out great when it comes to that. I'll get like tons of auditions. We go through them. Like, all right, Jonathan, let's try to talk to see which ones we like. And then I'm pretty honest. I tell people I'm a really honest director. So I'm kind of very the Simon Cowell, I guess you could say, of it all. But then Jonathan's like,
I got it. Now I want to see Joe. Now I want to see you in your casting director mode. Now I want to see, and not like I don't doubt that you will tell people to their face, but I'm sure you scrutinize more, not in front of their face. Everybody judging something is going to like when you're watching it at home, you're like, what a fucking loser. When you tell them that in your face to their face, you're just like, no, yeah, that you weren't the one. Like it's, but like everybody does that. But like, I want to see you in that mode now.
I try. I'm very now professional. I dumb down. Jonathan kind of put me more on a straight path. He's kind of like my Randy Johnson. Like, no, dog. Like, kind of put me on more like that solid middle ground. So no, I'm honest, but I'm not like mean honest. Like, I'll tell you how I feel. I think you're not meant for the role. I can tell you, but when I'm on set, if I see something I don't like, I will tell you, let's do it again, and I'll tell you how to do better. And I try to push my actors to another level compared to some other directors. I'll just like whatever. I like to kind of push them to another level that they've never been on. Some love it, some hate it. They're like, you're pushing me too hard, and then I'm like, okay, I'll back up, and then I work with them a little bit on the side, and we're usually right on the perfect page. We're good. Usually it's very little things, so it's not even like big things where I get some like too crazy, but I always like to push them to the next level, so they're always wanting to improve an actor. Like, you want to improve as an actor, right? So let's take it to another level.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have seen a few directors who like they don't direct. Like they're not like they ain't directing shit. They could basically not even be on set because it's just like you're just there, whatever. It's just like one or two takes, whatever's being put out. They're just like, oh yeah, that was good. That cool, fine. It's just like, are you actually happy with that? Or like you just don't care about the project, or you don't have the backbone to maybe tell them? Like things like that come with, some people never get it. Some of it comes with experience. You do it once or twice and then, it gets easier. Or someone's like, hey, the investor is like, hey man, don't let me get shit like this again, or we're never going to work together. Like one of those two things usually get it together for people. But like, I've like few and far between directors actually like directing people. That it's kind of crazy to me. It's just like they're just like on like autopilot, just hanging out almost.
Some of them are like that. I always say some directors focus on one thing over another. I know directors, they just focus more on the design, like the framing of everything, kind of like a director of photography, like kind of like their DP, but they focus more on all those little details. Like, I don't like that thing in the background. And they're mostly kind of like directing the camera person more than the actors. And I see that more than the other way. I like to be involved with both things. I have a really creative mindset, and I think that's another reason why people like working with me, because I'll see things and I'm like, this would be cool, we do that. I'm like, where do you come up with that? I'm like, I don't know. I just think it looks cool. Let's do it. And so we just try to pull things. And I see directors that they don't do anything. Kevin Smith even did a whole spiel about him directing. And he's like, yeah, when I did the CW, Supergirl, Arrow, like all those comic book ones, he's like, all I did was say action and cut. He's like, I went to get donuts for the crew. He's just like, you know what you're doing, right? And then the AD comes out, I was like, what are you doing? It's like, do you know how to say action and cut? And the guy's like, yeah, go ahead, do it. I'm going to get some burgers. It's like, what? And I watched that Kevin Smith. I'm like, that's crazy. But that's because they know what they're doing. It's already been done. It's a TV show. Like, you've done it how many times? Like, you have faith in your crew at that point. And that's why I kind of like to stick to my same cast too. People say, how come we don't try out different people as much? And I do. But when you have that set group of your actors, you can trust them, you can rely on them, and you can push them harder every single time.
Listen, me and Parks been talking a lot about the Taylor Sheridan universe. That guy's running like the same 10 actors in like 6 different shows right now. So you find your crew, you use your crew. Look how many people like there's people that come up together like that. Like they, you know, like one or two of them, you know, they keep working together. Someone maybe gets something on the outside and they all get some like that shit, man. That's not always the best plan. It's not the only plan, but it is a plan that works. Whether
I mean, look at Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler does it. Every single movie Adam Sandler has the same people.
Right.
Chris Rock, you know what I mean? Like all of them. Kevin James, all of them. So like all the people he uses regularly. Steve Buscemi, Rob Schneider. So he knows those are his people. They're reliable. They're his friends. He'll get what he wants across, and then he'll cast the side characters to go with it. You know.
I did just see like yesterday or today. It was like a meme, but someone was like, Adam Sandler is now telling us he does have all this talent, but he'd rather just make fun movies with his friends because like he's done like 3 or 4 serious roles lately, and it's just like where the fuck was this? And it's just like, well, I just made tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars, like basically doing silly voices with my friends. Like, what who cares? What do you mean?
And it brings the love and the passion for it. So, like I said, I still love to try out new actors. So don't discourage any actors I haven't worked with yet. Don't worry, doesn't mean I'm not going to. It just means that if I have a character set in mind, and maybe for the people that is usually Jonathan and Heather is usually my top 2. Also with Will Stasser, those are like my top 3. They've been with me like around my ride or die. They support me. They do everything for me. So I kind of like really look at them. But sometimes I'll find an actor that maybe fits better, especially with Jonathan. I had a couple of times with Jonathan. Listen, I love you, brother. This guy brings his character differently. So it doesn't mean I can have a role at all. I'm going to give you a different role. But sometimes you just got to move pieces around just to fit the story.
So, hey, just let you know, Will Stasser's on. So he's saying what's up to you.
Shout out Will. He's really talented. Great, humble guy.
Hey, guys. Hey, Will, thanks for showing up when Joe's not here. I appreciate that, man. Just kidding.
So we have Dylan Michael Swan who's saying, Joe, that he wants to be in one of your films too. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yeah, I was actually just helping him out with something too on the side. Dylan's in tribute too. I got him. Actually, he went from like a baby role to a medium role to actually like a 1-page role.
He does. He'll clean your gutters and paint your house too.
He's grinding hard. He's grinding. You know, he's out there. He's trying to get his name out, and you know, humble people like that. You know, that want to help out each other. Those are the people you want to work with.
I think about things like this because I do maintenance for a living primarily. Like that, those are roles, and I'm just like, you know, like if you know how to paint a house, is there a role like realistically, you just go get like odds and end movie roles.
Mm-hmm.
People who don't like, because there's people who won't climb a ladder. Like people don't want to just make $100 to go pretend to paint a house. Fuck it. That's what I'm gonna
do. So Joe, Howard Owens said to tell you that he got back to editing his DP work.
Who did? Rick Owen?
Howard Owens.
Howard Owens? You mean Rick Owens?
It shows Howard Owens on his on the message he's putting on here.
Oh, okay.
It's like Howard Owens.
Is Rick short?
I got to get back to editing his DP work. Rick. Oh, it says Rick Owen.
Okay. I was like, is that mean? Is that short for Howard? No, like I don't know. I don't know what's short for Howard. He's great too. Rick Owens, he's a great DP. Actually going to have him on my next short film for OIF. He's going to help me film that. And I filmed one for Danielle with her son Robert that also had Jonathan and Heather in it too. And I got to actually film that whole thing, which I was actually really grateful for. It's different being a director sometimes, but when you actually get to be on the camera and do some camera work, it brings a lot of cool things to it.
So Joe, how many films do you have?
So I got my feature film, Hunter's Cabin, which will be coming out at the same time Tribute is, that's one movie starting filming Thursday. I got my short film, Late, that's going to be coming out really soon. Wool Gathering is the one that was for OIF last year that got nominated for six nominations, including Best Lead Actress of Heather, Best Story, which I was really surprised for that. because I wrote the script in 20 minutes. Yeah, I had like a lot of awards: cinematographer award, sound award, supporting lead actress award. So
wow.
yeah, and that was something I just wrote in 20 minutes, and I kind of made a recent post about it because it was a film that honestly I wasn't even happy with. Like I kind of just rushed, Jonathan and Heather's like, "Yo, just submit to YF for the fun of it." And I was like, I didn't think I was gonna get picked up, and it did. And then I was like, okay, I filmed it, still wasn't feeling it really. And then we put it out, and I'm like, okay, it's got nominated for 6 awards. And then, I mean, I like it because it's so different, and I just like, it works. It's just really different.
I think it has a good weird factor, but it's also subtle at the same time, and I think maybe that's why people like that. I don't know, like I tell Parks all the time, I am a connoisseur and a very big fan of weird. Obviously, Wool Gathering, like it has a weirdness to it, but like it I don't know, man, the right balance of weird and you hook people. So I think that's probably like a lot of what it was. It was subtle, wasn't like anything too in your face. It was creepy, like it was 9 minutes, so like realistically maybe it was like almost like a slow burn like thriller horror, but it was only 9 minutes, so how slow could it really have been? So like I don't know, like the pacing, it was just like it was good. Definitely was good. It's amazing when you think of a movie, like most people just think of like something 90 minutes roughly, maybe longer, but like no, man, you could like 9 minutes is a movie. That's crazy.
Wow.
You can.
It's a short, yeah. Actually, like I said, for my film festival, the submissions I've been getting, they've been 9 minutes, 12 minutes, 7 minutes, because shorts usually anything under 30 minutes, and so usually I've been getting like a lot of those, and some of them like 15. And then features, actually tip for people, independent filmmakers, like really low budget, like or no budget. If you're worried about if a feature is going to be long enough, like if it's going to be an hour and a half, technically anything over 45 minutes is considered a feature.
Right.
Most of my films come out to like an hour and 15, hour and 20, maybe even a little less, but it's still considered a feature. So it's kind of like a little tip because people get discouraged with that. I noticed like, oh, this can't be a feature, or maybe I got to keep it too short. I've seen a person making a film. He's like, oh, do I make this a feature or a short? It's 30 pages, but I want to add more. And I'm like, well, if you add 15 more pages, it's a feature. So
go look on like streaming things right now. A lot of movies, it's 45 to 80 minutes long right now. Like hour 20 is becoming very common. I used to not watch it like an hour and 20 minutes. What am I? That's nothing. Now that's standard, especially for a horror movie. That's can be very standard. But even with across the genres, they're getting shorter for sure.
How long was Terrifier 2? That was a pretty long movie.
That was almost 2 hours and 20 minutes for a horror movie of that genre. They made that long just so I could torture Parks because that's a long time for that.
The first one was about like an hour and 45 minutes. The first one was pretty long too.
That's a long movie for that genre. I'm not disappointed.
Right. What was the clown's name? What was that clown's name?
Art.
Yeah. Art died like on an hour into the movie.
Art's still alive, man. Don't you ever doubt Art.
Yeah, they're trying to kill him the other hour, the last hour, in that 2-hour movie. So Joe, tell us a little bit about the film festival that you got going on.
Yes, the film festival, as long as everything goes good, so far it is. The submissions are coming, so now it's kind of like there's no turning back now. It's going to be at Lux Cinema. Supposedly I have that locked in, so it's got to talk to them, but they seem pretty good. I got to reach out to them again. They can try to help me with sponsors and whatnot. I did actually get our first sponsor, which I feel like I'm going to butcher like the name of it though. The Freeway Heating and Cooling. I want to say Fairway Heating and Cooling. Okay. That's by an actor named Vidal. So it's with an R. That's his last name. He's gonna kill me.
Vidal Ramos.
Yeah, I apologize. He's gonna like what?
It's all right. I just went dyslexic on his name too when I tried to save you. So, but Vidal Ramos.
Yeah, so he actually, I met with him. He's actually helping me with the fairies. He got a really cool. I can't spoil it, but it's gonna be so awesome for that OIF challenge. Anyways, but he's gonna sponsoring. He's my first sponsor for the film festival, which is actually pretty cool. We're aiming for September 23rd. The goal was supposed to do it at the RP Convention Center in Lakeland. Yeah, that was my dream. Like I said, I always think too big.
Right.
Well, this is round one, man. That's plant the seed, it'll grow.
It was close. I mean, it was like they wanted 25 grand.
Oh, wow.
25,000. But that's like a convention. So like the investors were really interested, and I had a lot that were about to do it, but the convention wanted a big chunk of money up front in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And the investors weren't ready to jump that quick because they were like dealing with other clients and they were busy and they kept pushing my meetings back. But they were really interested, and they asked me like, "So is this happening still?"
Right.
So I still got to reach out to them. Maybe I could get them on a smaller scale for now. But they really like, if a convention, I'm there. So I guess
if you're in this territory on round one, man, you're in good shape. You can do a successful smaller version for round one, not to your own fault. That's just how it worked out on the scale of things. Knock it out of the park, and then round two, you can be like, all right, look, this is really what we're doing. This is really what we're working with. So that's Fear of Fame Film Festival 2024 will be the convention center. That's all.
Bigger. That's what I guess to start smaller. Because I was on that show with Dawn Reese, and that's how she kind of got me started. She actually put me in touch with Muhammad Ali's ex-wife, and she's like crazy. She's like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "All I want to do is interview people," but she's like, "I'm on board." So I'm actually gonna have her and Slacker interview people at the festival.
I just found this out about me interviewing. I'm down. When is it? I gotta make sure my suit fits. God damn.
October 23rd, and I'm hoping to premiere both my films that day as well too. I'm hoping to premiere both Hunter's Cabin and Tribute, kind of before the festival actually kicks off. So it kind of allows people to come. They can still buy tickets to see those two movies, which people have been wanting to see. And then if they want to stick around for the festival, you know, they can. Otherwise, they could just stick for my premiere and then scooty daddle.
So, are you still taking submissions for the film festival?
Oh yeah, like I said, it's just open. I just literally just opened only 2 weeks. That's why I only got such a small amount. Just the early bird special going right now until February 28th.
Right.
So that's getting for like really dirt cheap. And then the price is going to go up a little bit, and then the price will go up again for like the late deadline.
So somebody wants to submit one. How do they get that to you?
So I, as a board member, I'm gonna run this down for you. I'm gonna pull up the website real quick.
Oh, look at you!
Dylan Michael Swan is saying, "How can I be a sponsor?" Also, how can I enter the film festival? I'm about to get that information for you, Dylan.
This is somewhat of a joke. This is also 110% serious to that question. Send money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, literally, send me a message. I have a bunch of different tiers. They start low. They start at $200 for like the minimum tier of the sponsor, and then they go all the way up to like 10 grand. So it all depends on what you're really looking to get in there and really get it promoting. You know, every little bit helps me with this because it's so brand new. So I'll take like really anything. I just keep it at that minimum 200, just because it's fair, because I have all expenses and everything that comes with it.
Right.
And but that still gets you a lot. And I'm usually going to give you pretty much like that $10,000 package for like my big beginner sponsors, because you're my big beginner sponsors. So I'm still treating you guys pretty much golden. But I'm not going to turn down guys as I got 10 grand. We going to do a big time. And that's the main goal, you know.
Cool.
Oh, I found it.
You going to answer that question, or you want me to answer it to it?
God, now my internet is telling me.
Well, basically, I could just say while he's looking that up, it's filmfreeway.com. And then you put / Fear Fame Film Festival. I know it's like a long name, but filmfreeway.com / Fear Fame Film Festival. It'll come up.
We'll link that to the comments on this as well.
Okay, that'd be awesome. Yeah, you can submit a short film, a feature film, an animation film, and we even just added one for students because like a couple of students were requesting, do you have a student section? So I was like, yeah, I'll add a student section as well too.
Okay, cool.
After that, I finally found it. You told me the website. I went. You sent me the website in our Facebook Messenger, and that one didn't work. So,
or you can also go to fearfamefestival.com to also get information too.
But here we have this lovely website. This is the wonderful venue. Look, Dine in Cinemas.
There you go.
Early bird special deadline is February 28th, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
We got the awards. You know, who doesn't want to win an award?
Yeah.
Like, you got me at award. But yeah, for real, guys, filmfreeway.com, Fear Fame Film Festival. It's going to tell you everything, the awards that are given, the rules, terms, the fees, all the deadlines. There's a couple different ones you want to know about. Event date, September 23rd. That's the important one. All the contact information, where it's going to take place. Festival director. That's going to be your boy Joe Phame right here. So check it out.
Yes.
Cool. And Jonathan Montez just put the actual link on. He just posted the link for you guys.
Okay, awesome.
There you go.
Appreciate it, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jonathan.
I still think everyone's expecting way too much out of the guy with Slacker in his name. Like, everyone should just be, like, duh. Come on, guys. You thought I was gonna have a link that worked? I did. I really did. So
Joe, Dylan's asking, is it just a script that he needs to submit or the full film?
For the film festival?
Yeah.
Script for approval first?
Yeah, no, the script is for approval. That's OIF. That's not mine. Fear of Fame Film Festival, you have to have a completed film. It has to be recorded, edited, color graded, music, whatever. It has to be one complete short feature, animation film, student film, usually anywhere between, 3 minutes all the way up to like 2 hours. So,
oh wow.
I mean, if I get a submission for like a 3-hour movie, I don't know. I'll probably just skim through it.
Oh man, link and a maximum length or no?
I should add one because I really don't want to feel like watching like 3-hour movies.
Yeah, now you need a maximum. Go conjure something up 6 hours of just credits.
Oh yeah, no, I'll just like skim through it all. I'll just, like go by the colors and the sound.
Rick always asks the same thing. How long? Nice, never mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, most people that do submit their films, because they're independent filmmakers, most of them are usually 2 hours at most. The highest I think I've seen so far, a guy did submit is around 2 hours. I think he submitted like an hour and 56 minutes. Right. So it's still close to 2-hour movie. I'm most positive people are going to submit only like 2-hour movies. I was really surprised if it's like a 3-hour film. I don't think that. And I'd probably be like, oh, that goes to another judge. There you go, Slacker. Enjoy it.
Well, I was like, as a board member, I cannot work on any of these films, can I? Nope, but that's all right. People are gonna be like, "You want to work on it?" And I'm gonna be like, "No, actually, I just got to remember to say no because I rarely."
The thing is, if you're involved with the film, or if I'm involved with the film, and somebody submits, because it's Florida, it's a small community, we're on it together. And if for some reason if you are on a project that somebody submitted and you're on it, you just can't judge it. That's all.
All right, good. All right.
We just give it to another judge to be unbiased.
We're gonna have to get out-of-state judges.
Well, yeah, I do got judges in New York. I got judges, down here, and the goal is to get celebrity judges. That's the overall big plan. When it comes down to the final one, I want to have the celebrity judges. That's why I was trying to get those sponsors to help me get those celebrity judges in.
Stick around with Parks. There's a good chance our boy Cross will get you a couple. There's a good chance.
I got 4 people right now I'm thinking about.
We're gonna get Mark Cuban's brother, Ashley Betcher,
Michael McGlone, who was in Bone Collector.
Okay.
Also on the show Psych.
Okay.
Pooja Moharenda, who's on Chicago Med and Netflix Lincoln Lawyer. Ashley Betcher, who's been like 30 different. And then Miso Lopez Cardoza, who was on the Vikings and Game of Thrones.
So people. So if you want them to pass along the message,
this guy, I don't know who funnels him all his people, but he's a networking savant over here. He knows he's 1 foot into every freaking circle. Like he's he hasn't had dinner with Mark Cuban today, but that doesn't mean he won't by the end of next week. He's in the door.
That's good. I only talked to like a very small handful of like celebrities that I knew, and they couldn't do it. Like the director of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, super cool guy. But he's like, I'm now a teacher at a college.
What a loser teaching.
Yeah, so I can't do it. I'm like, but now like Killer Clowns from Outer Space is like everywhere now. Like
right. Cult classic now. Yep.
Yeah, I see. Like they made a video game of it. And I'm like, what the heck? Yep. It was a great promotion to have. But oh well.
You might be able to pry him out of retirement.
You never know.
So we'll get together, Joe, and we'll talk. And I'll pass along some contacts to you.
We'll get you on the board too. You want to be a board member? Yeah, I love adding people. Whoever wants to be involved.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm open if you love the community. So do we.
I am officially selling my seat for $100,000 a day.
Oh wow!
To sit as a board member in my space spot. I forgot how to talk.
Well, have that big percentage, about probably 80% of that fees goes back to me.
I can deal with that. 20% of still better than 20% of nothing.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, if we're selling board member seats, we probably can go lock that convention down. That convention center for next few years, 100 pops a seat.
All it takes is two big spots to be like, hey, here's 20 grand, and I can just be like, okay, sorry, looks. Hey, can we get this date back open again? I mean, I don't know, but right now I'm just taking it small because people just said I think too big, and everyone's like, you just gotta stop thinking so big and dumb down, and that's what I'm trying to do. But it's hard, even my films, even when they're small.
But Joe, once you get the first one out of the way, it'll just grow. Yeah, it's all about getting that experience first of all. Once you get the first one out, then you know better what to do with the next one. Exactly. And so my other question was going to be too. What is there a deadline? You guys might have mentioned it, but I might have missed it. Is there a deadline for the submissions?
Yeah, there is. It's on the web page that we had pulled up. There's the early bird, and then there's the regular deadline, and then there's the late deadline.
Extended deadline is July 24th, 2023.
It's like 2 months before the festival begins is when it's totally done, because we need at least like all the submissions to be reviewed ahead of time, judged, and see who is going to be premiering and whatnot.
Okay, and now after you guys judge, then how long would it be for like you to announce winners? And when you do announce the winners, we'll bring you back on the show. You can announce the winner here. Yeah,
that's awesome. That'd be great. I would love to do something like that. Because that's what the original plan was, to do like the nominations of it. Right. Here, and then the final winner is going to be announced till obviously after the festival, like that same day. I may throw it at like a venue or something, maybe like a gala. I may do.
Right. Galas.
There, but that's when I kind of want the celebrity judges to make the final decision, and that's like my main goal. At least to get a couple, like even the people you mentioned, that would have been awesome, just to make the final selection. Like, okay, we narrowed it down from whatever submissions we got down to this many, and now you choose the winners for these ones, and then let the celebrities decide.
Right.
And then we don't even have to show them the whole movie. I don't care. We'll just show them like trailers, but like, hey, this is what we think, and we'll make it look as the best scenes from it, and let them decide.
Right. And you know what would be cool is if I could get all four of them to come on, if they'll do it. If they'll judge them, and then
four is like the key. That's like the key that I was looking for. Four, like, oh man, I'll be set.
Oh wait, I don't count as a celebrity yet. Then no, I'm just kidding. Obviously, fucking not.
You're the pre-judge.
Even that's probably pretty nice.
Bro, we keep bringing Ashley on. You're going to be one pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. I'll take that. I will ride her coattails to stardom all day. Entourage, I think I have talent, but I'll be anybody's turtle. If anyone needs a turtle, call me. I got you. I will drive. I'll defend your money with my life.
So, Joe, when we do that, I'll talk to the four and see if we can get them on board. And then maybe we'll for the final submission, maybe do a live and have all four of them make a decision on the show and then announce the winner.
Yeah, it'd be cool to do like a big like live stream on like a big screen, right, so they can kind of see it that way.
Arch knows how to do that now. He did one of them all last weekend or the weekend before, so he knows all about how to do that now.
Yeah, so you can we could just broadcast it live from that venue. And then,
so we just got through doing last weekend. We did a double live with Ashley Betcher. So we did an online interview in front of a live audience at a mall last weekend.
Oh, nice. How did it go?
It went really well. So I wish we'd had a little bit better turnout at the mall and the live. But the mall that we chose is one that's kind of on its way. I don't say it's on its way out, but struggling having people coming in. You know what I mean? But we had 6,000 online. So. And then I'm still getting bombarded with people wanting autographs that were online from the event. So I mean,
not a single one asked for mine or yours, huh?
They're like, hey, can you give me Ashley? Ashley's that's all I'm getting.
Not a single one wanted the moderator's autograph. I guess I wasn't that great.
So that was the thing I was thinking about too, Pro. And the next one, we got to put you on the picture. We got to find a way to get you in the on the photo shoot.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
when you guys lost service, I would pop up and they were like, they could see I was in a hoopty of a car.
Right. With the empty box in it.
All they cared about. They were like, what's in that box?
Right.
I asked me 3 times.
Yeah,
So Joe, Dylan Swan said, don't stop thinking big.
I can't. I don't think I can ever stop thinking big.
Well, when you said like
think big, I could condense it down. That's my.
But like, if I know you, you don't just think big. Like when you, let's just say last month you were like, I'm going to do a film festival. You like when you logistically were like, all right, it'll take like 6-8 months. Like I know you were like, no, I want to do this like next weekend. Like like not just the scale, but like how quick. Like I'm sure September feels like an eternity to you right now.
It does, but there's still a lot of work. Like I'm still nervous about getting the submissions. Like I'm not actually.
You're gonna get the submissions. How many fucking submissions do you really need though? Really, like realistically, honestly, how many like what would be a good turnout?
My goal would be 100.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I think, and you're at about 10 after 2. No, I think you'll get there, no problem. By the end of July, some of these people aren't even gonna start. You might even get an influx of 100 alone the last month. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be prepared for, and all of a sudden, like, holy crap, now I have to go watch 150 movies in 3 weeks. I would not be surprised at all if that happens.
Don't they put out 100 almost a week out there in Florida anyways?
I mean, yeah, you would think. I was just trying to go like a Kevin Smith's like film festival when he did the Smile Castle one, and like I said, he's kind of like a big influence because he's still like independent, so it kind of reminds me of that. Right. But my film festival, I thought I was going to get 100 submissions. I got way over 1,000. I'm like, well, it's you're gonna get way over 1,000. Like,
yeah, but man, you'd be surprised. I think I'm not saying you'll get 1,000, but I think you might, especially those last few weeks before the deadline. All of a sudden you're like, shit, I got some stuff to watch.
Yeah, I didn't want to keep pushing. Like I've been like joining groups in different countries now. So I joined groups in Ireland, in Australia, UK. So I'm trying to do all the English speaking countries. And I'm promoting on there. So I've been hitting up their groups. I've been promoting the film festivals on theirs. I'm now joining California groups and Georgia groups, just random states, just so I can push the film festival as much as I can.
Well, we can talk to Anastasia and get him on over in Australia.
Awesome. We'll send you over to Australia.
I would love to get some like country films like submitted. That'd be awesome.
If we tell her today, she'll message you by tomorrow and set up an interview. She's super quick.
Yeah. So Anastasia Verkos is a friend of ours who does a podcast in Australia. Super awesome person.
Nice.
She'll make you feel uplifted as all hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel real positive after talking to her.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could have reached out to. I could have made it international and do like every single country. But people that would sit around and watching subtitles, some people just can't do that for such a long time. So I was just like, I'm not going to do like, Spain or Korea or like something like that with a lot of those subtitles. So I kind of just tackle like the English speaking countries for now. Could be good, could be bad. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. And
you want the investor market? Because I'll tell you where to go if you want the investors right now.
Well, I get all these messages. I don't know if they're spam or not, but I get messages from like people from like Iran, India, Iraq, stuff like that, and they're trying to submit to my festival for free. They're like, can I submit for free? The borderline, the country, America, and how we can't submit it, and the money's not there. I'm like, dude, I'm like $15. I know it's not much money in your language either. So I'm like, I think you could afford it if you really wanted to. And he's like, oh, it's an American thing, and we can't submit.
Well, where the fuck
the rules when it comes to that? So I'm sorry, but
if they got cinematography equipment, they got film competition submission.
Yeah, I've seen great films come out of India and stuff like that with high resolution cameras. Right. They're using Alexas and Aries and Black Magic.
Saudi Arabia, man, they're buying. They got a golf league. They're trying to
buy like Sony's. It still works.
Got to go to Saudi Arabia. They're hungry for American entertainment right now. I'm telling you, call them today. Someone will give you $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Serious. That's the frontier.
Wow.
Whoever calls them first, they're gonna get some money.
I just want to get the name out, so anything you guys say is awesome. Big help. I definitely appreciate you guys just getting the word out. Any little help helps with this film festival since it's so brand new.
Cool.
And people don't know me, so a lot of people still don't know me. So people just starting to know me from seeing me around. I guess Jonathan and Heather, they're always saying my name supposedly, and then people tell me all the crazy things. You know, comes with the industry. You're gonna get your haters and your lovers. So I mean, it happens.
Well, you know, I see stuff like because I'm friends with a lot of these guys, with Jonathan, Heather, Preston, Bobby Washington, man. Chris D. Roberts, the whole group out there, you know, Jasmine. So I'm always seeing your face. I just never met you in person.
Yeah, they've been shouting me out a lot lately, which I've been very grateful for and thankful for. You guys are all amazing. I appreciate it so much. I see people that I haven't even talked to really that much tagging me and supporting me, sharing my posts, and it means the world to me. Even if I don't get a chance to write them back right away, I do apologize. Right. I probably have like one of the busiest schedules, I feel like, between doing demo reels, editing other people's projects, doing sound, creating my own movies, and then working on film festivals. Like, I don't stop either.
Well, you know, and I think this is what this whole community is about anyways, is networking. You know, just everybody coming together and pushing each other's projects and just networking. You know, like I said, you know, ever since I met, who was the first one out there? I think it was probably Heather.
I feel like it was Chris, because Chris.
Oh, yeah, it was Chris.
Chris gave me you.
Chris Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Roberts. So
little Chris D. Roberts.
Yeah.
Roberts.
And then Chris introduced me to Heather. I think just like kind of blew up from, you know, Heather introduced me to Preston and then Pro, and man, there's a ton of you guys. Bobby Washington, and Cindy Washington.
We're actually working on a film together, me and Bobby. We're actually working on a script, and we're gonna actually be collaborating on the film.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. Yeah. I love Bobby and Cindy. So yeah, I'm dying to see Seven Roses. I'm still waiting for I know everybody out there got to see the premiere.
Oh yeah, he missed it. It was a fun time. Everyone came out. We all had, you know, I wasn't in it, but I went to support everybody, and you know, everyone was amazing. Everyone just had a good time, and
yeah, and everybody that's been in it so far. I mean, you know, a lot of the people that's been in, I've got to interview. You know, just some great people in there, and so that's what I'm saying. You know, it's just really, you know, like for me, it's been great to just network with all you guys out there, and you know, try to help push you guys' your projects. Now, I wish there was a community like that here in Dallas, where we can go in and you know, kind of do the same thing.
I believe you can. I believe like any really where you go, I think you can make a strong community out of it. Because there's random, like I said, I've been searching these different states, and they have a community kind of like ours. That little small group that has those 20,000 people that everyone I feel like probably knows each other in Dallas or whatever state you look up. So I still think every state does have like those little communities of films, and they just stick with, which is great.
Yeah. And, you know, I would love to bring them in and have them, you know, because I would like to see this, you know, this whole thing, this networking just continue to grow. And then, you know, be able like to introduce people like you too, like Michael McGlone and Pooja and, you know, and Ashley and Mesaw, and, you know, and just bring everybody together and, you know, just keep doing great things in the community.
Just gotta throw one big party at Slacker's house and bring everybody.
Right.
Ooh, I'm having a housewarming party. I get the keys to my little kingdom beginning of March. So, you know, we'll fit all 500 square feet. If everyone gets like a half a square foot, we can, you know, we can fit a few heads in there. Take turns. We're just gonna have to take turns.
Camera facing down on everybody.
Didn't Heather get $1 million house? We're just gonna use that house.
Yeah, that's gorgeous house that she's using. That's
I should have hid in the walls, man. I should have never left that house. They could have. I never left. Never left. Oh God. I definitely. There's plenty of places to hide in that house. I would have been fine for a while.
That's what I do from one of my shorts. We have me and Heather were working on a short, and it's probably we're looking for like a nice mansion. We're gonna do it at, which I think is gonna be really cool. Actually,
awesome. Yeah, call them because I don't know what they were charging, but my God, I'll be your sound guy any day if we're going to that house.
That or shady cabins in the woods. That seems like my thing too for my hunter's cabin and finding random cabins.
Our boy Rick's got me going to a cabin sometime soon, so we'll see what that's like. See if I make it out alive.
Oh wow!
Just make sure you don't go like in January. December was like ice cold and everyone's freezing.
No, yeah, it's gonna be winter time.
Somebody told me when you guys did Hunter's Cabin, somebody said it was cold outside when you guys did that.
It was freezing. It was last year. It was last January, so exactly 1 year from basically today. And yeah, we freeze. You know, Jonathan was basically almost butt naked tied to a tree, but you know, we made it work.
You spend a lot more time cold
yes, there was
Florida than you would think. It's like an epidemic.
Yeah, definitely. We were like, this is not Florida. Like, why are we freezing? Like, why are we wearing like snow boots? I'm not in New York no more. Like, it's still freezing.
And the crazy thing is, you check the temperature and it's like 48 degrees. You expect it to be like 30, and you're freezing down here, and you look and it's 48, and it's just like, when did I become a bitch? What the fuck happened? It's cold now.
It's like 70. I'm like, burr. It's bad.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. I can't. People. Shorts and a hoodie, or at least a hoodie, way more than I ever thought I would in Florida.
Wow.
All of our New York people, they never understood like how Florida people are always so cold and they think it's the greatest. It's different. When you go from like 80 down to 40, man, you feel it.
Ooh.
Hey, Jonathan, was it you that told me how cold it was out there when we did the interview? I think it might have been Jonathan that told me that.
Yeah, he was freezing. I felt bad, but it was fun. We all kind of just bundled up as best. We had a fire pit, which was cool when it was a little bit.
Oh, look, I just happened to scroll Facebook, and Kylie Nicole gratefully forever bonded Hunter's Cabin behind the scenes. There's Jonathan sitting on the floor. I can't see other faces, so I can't really tell who else is in the picture. But yeah, they're just happen to be right here.
Kylie actually played my wife in Hunter's Cabin, where I actually had my first acting debut.
Oh wow!
Callie actually got to play my wife. But yeah, that was a fun time too. Just going in the cold and just doing what we could. And the best part was 4 days. So it was so fastly run and gun. No slates. Yeah, that's why we were crazy. We didn't slate anything. Wow. No such thing as a slate on that shit.
So Rick said Joe writes incredible scripts. He's looking forward to Nefarious.
Mm-hmm. That's my OIF film. I'm going to shoot that regardless if it gets submitted or not, because I like it. I think it's going to be a great concept. Plus, some of the shots that I had planned for it are so unreal, which I told Rick, like, Rick, we're going to have so much fun just shooting it because of all the creative shots that I know I have in my head and I know that you can execute. And so it's going to be awesome. Plus, like, just the set. Oh, it's going to be great. Like, we got some big surprises with that film. So I really hope it gets selected.
Cool. So
you hire me for that one?
If you want to help, you can help on set that one. You're always welcome. You're welcome on any set that I do.
Well, no, but so I'm working on tribute, and then like I get confused. I'm telling you, man, people are like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I just say yes, and then eventually one day I'm like, "All right, I should put all these things on a calendar." And there's like 5 things over the next 6 weeks. So eventually I'm like, I have to ask people because I don't have that much going on. Normally I can just say yes, but all of a sudden there's a lot. So I needed to just double check there.
Yeah. Also, my brother submitted one for OIF, so shout out to my brother. He entered for his first one, and he cast me as his lead actor. So that's going to be awesome. But then the lead actress we got is actually like a big time actress. Well, not big time, but people know her. She's kind of like a little bit of a celebrity status. I don't want to give her too much weight. She's trying to like revamp herself. Get away from that error, but if you see her and you see the name, you're gonna know exactly who she is. Yeah, so like I'm like, oh my god, my first film, and this girl's done a lot, so it kind of makes me a little nervous. So that's why I got Jonathan and Heather basically kind of directing me to make sure that my action's on par.
So, Pro Jonathan said he's giving you permission to go to Nefarious.
I saw that. Thank you, sir. Reporting for duty.
Born for duty. Yeah. We're shooting that on the 18th, so put that in your calendar.
My calendar's right here. I don't have a writing utensil, but
and if you want to come on set too, you're welcome on any of my sets as well too.
Come on down.
Yeah, I have to come all the way down. At some point, I do. I want to go down there and visit Florida, see some of the you guys, and maybe show up at one of the premieres.
Where Where are you by again?
I'm in Texas. I'm in Dallas.
Oh, yeah,
Dallas,
you're like not even.
Yeah.
Like Dallas lost, I'm really disappointed.
Yeah.
Someone
the Cowboys fans' all favorite saying is "There's always next year." There's always next year.
Yeah, it should have been our year this year.
We're getting tired of saying "There's always next year."
Mm-hmm. So, it's just it should have been our year. Oh no, we better have a new kicker. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That guy. I mean,
dude, he ruined it.
That's rough. That's really rough. Like and it wasn't. He's lucky it didn't come down to being his fault, but like that was That's
put the second string in. Just what's the worst? You're gonna miss 2.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying to Parks before, though. So like last week, the guy missed 4 extra points, so there was 4 points, and then this week he got 1 block, so there's 5 points. Dak cost them way more than 5 points. Like Dak's responsible for up to 30 points a game. You figure, especially the playoffs, you got to score. But the over under was like 48 for all these games. They were all under, but Dak's just not the guy,
Especially
which as a Giants fan, I'm very happy about.
I'm a big Dax fan, so Dax my boy.
I like Dax too. I like Dax too.
So Pro man, at some point I'm trying to get Dax on the show, man.
Well, he's probably going to be retired soon, so he should have time.
You have time to come on.
He's gonna have so much money though, because he still got that contract. I'm sure a chunk of that. I don't even know how much of that was guaranteed.
Oh man, just tell me my sponsor. We'll get us some money.
Yeah, I mean, Dak, you're a phenomenal quarterback. Give us some money. I like you again.
Suppose I'm about to ask Tom Brady, because that was Tom Brady. He was supposed to have his own video production company down in Tampa, Florida. That was the thing he was building.
I think he does.
I think he does. He created it. He hasn't really started it yet, but he funded it. He got everything with it.
They did this 80 for Brady movie. I think that's like their first one.
Yeah.
So you guys need to go ahead and retire. Look, just hang it up. Go start your production company.
No, but see, that's the thing though. Is like, and whatever, capitalism, all that, all the fucking whatever you want to say. Like anybody can do whatever they want, but like, you got Tom Brady, who's now just a rich guy with money, who's just like, oh, let me start a production company, and like he's just gonna mostly employ his boys, like people who went to school and shit. They're not gonna get like that job. And granted, if he's writing scripts, his people are creating scripts. Those never would have been in the marketplace anyway. So all of that factors into it for sure. But like now he's just a rich guy who's going to go play filmmaker because he has money and he can. And it's just like, you got a lot of people dying for these opportunities.
That's why you go network with them, man. That's why you go get, Tom Brady and give him some projects that's worthwhile for him to invest in.
I'm about to go knock on his door.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you do, man.
You live close enough.
we do live close. I've seen, like, when you take the boat, there's a ferry, like a dinner cruise ferry that you take. And when it drives by his house, it drives by Jeter's mansion, so it drives by like both their mansions.
Let's just start droning scripts to Tom Brady's patio.
Backyard's good.
We'll just start dropping scripts off on Tom Brady's patio with a drone.
So, like, I'll make you the lead.
Right. Yeah, right.
We kill you though is a good one. Can't be heartfelt without killing Tom Brady. Like, who killed Tom Brady?
Yeah, they shot Derek Jeter and the other guys. It's fine.
Yeah, Jeter's the killer.
Jeter looks like he could be a serial killer a little bit. Like, I could see it if he had some bodies under his belt.
Wow.
No, yeah, I can see it. Look at that guy. You're not that smooth, cool, calm, and collected all the time. No, he's a killer. He's done some things.
You got to be watch out. You don't know who's who anymore.
He had a very quiet and successful love life in being a New York City celebrity for 20 years. You don't think he had anybody disappeared? Come on now. It's just business. It's just part of the business. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to get someone disappeared.
Wow.
That's funny. Awesome.
So cool. So what we have the post or the URL for the film, your website for the film. So
filmfreeway.com/Fear Phame Film Festival.
Yeah. Jonathan posted it for us. So if anybody's looking, the link is on there. Jonathan Montez put it up there for us.
And We need a person who does these things, man. It's not gonna be me. I can't. There in show hosting, there's just always the jockeying for who's gonna be like the stat guy, who's gonna be the guy like posting stuff like during the show. We need a stat guy. We're looking for a unpaid intern who is just gonna look up useless things for us and check comments and stuff. Unpaid, no IMDb credits. No craft services either.
I had the same way at my own podcast. I used to interview celebrities all the time, and I wish I could pull up more of their stuff on the fly, like faster. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, I know I'm having this conversation with Papoose right now, but hold on, let me see if I can try to find something.
Yep, man. Nobody wants to do that. And even if you told people like, hey, man, I have an interview with Jay-Z. Do you want to be my stat guy? Someone will be like, all right, yeah, I can do it. And then they'll be like, oh, I had something to do. It's just like, all right, well, you could have really talked to Jay-Z, but you didn't want to fucking Google stats for me.
This is fact checked everything.
You know what, I think we have some people that follow us every week that might actually do it. You know, we talked to them.
Whoever signs up will get a free Crossman Productions t-shirt when they're made.
Yeah, this logo right here.
That's awesome. So,
thank you. Yeah, we'll put that in the back. And my motto is you're uniquely designed with a purpose. So we'll put uniquely designed on the front. So
my motto is slack like a pro. I don't have one motto. I can't pick one. Mine is drink Arnold Palmer and then send me to Arizona.
That's all.
Your teacher's just gonna have Arnold Palmer on the front.
I actually have a graphic artist working on making me a professional slacker style Arizona can with my logo and colors. Things fell by the wayside, but I did see a prototype, so that is coming.
See, Pro. So Jonathan said that happens because you didn't ask him.
Well, I no offense, Joe, but I guess I got to go to the head guy in charge. If Jonathan's involved, I'm just going to him from now on.
Yeah, if you can't get a hold of me, I would say go to Jonathan, go to Heather. If you can't get
when
a
it's
hold
next Jonathan, I'm gonna be like, hey, can I get on this next Tom Cruise set?
Jonathan's got to answer that question. Jonathan's got you, Jonathan. Even a tribute now, because I'm like, you're more my ED, so now I gotta push more things on you. But also with Jasmine, she's actually helped me write it. So me and Jasmine will make tribute. But I just told her, can you do this? Can you do this? Because I got all this, a million other things I have to do. Right. And luckily they've been stepping up and helping me because
those are definitely
so much.
Yeah, that was my suggestion. Jasmine.
Which one was that?
I said that was my other suggestion is talk to Jasmine about doing it. Doing the stats from.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
I'm actually interviewing her tomorrow.
Jasmine, she's gonna be actually get to work with her for the first time on set. Casted for a role. She's actually doing this her scene with Jonathan, so it's gonna be pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. So before we go, I'm gonna ask you what your Super Bowl predictions are, Joe. Who do you think? Yeah, who do you think?
I don't care anymore. All the teams I wanted are out. I wanted who I think's gonna win.
Now, who did you originally want?
Oh, I wanted either Dallas or the Bills.
See, there you go, bro.
That was your first mistake. Dallas or the Bills. I was like, those are two historically just not going to make it teams.
I thought
Bro, Joe became my best friend. So just letting you know.
Who? What?
I said, just let you know, Joe just became my best friend.
Well, here's the thing too, though. The bit like 10 years ago, society, and this is terrible, but this is true. 10 years ago, the DeMar Hamlin thing, society would have cared about that longer than they did. People by last week, or yesterday, DeMar Hamlin was like showing up to the game and people were like, oh yeah, that fucking guy. We forgot that even happened. Like people that what people thought they were the Bucks were gonna get some like a sympathetic nation behind them because of what happened. That shit filtered out real quick. Like within hours, people were arguing over if they did the right thing about DeMar Hamlin, and like all that goodwill. People were like, "Oh yeah, we want the Bills to win." Was just like, wait, the Bills? No, it's the Bills are gonna choke. People forgot very quick.
Those are the Jets. I don't like the Giants because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm from New York, so I had to root for some type of New York team.
Being a Giants fan, I enjoy when the Jets are like good and competitive. Like there was a couple, like when the Giants won the one Super Bowl at the end of the season, they played the Jets like in a pretty important game. It's just a good time. Same thing. Like I'm a Yankees fan, but like I don't want to see the Mets be terrible. It's more fun when there's like that competitive, within the state, within the cities. It's just more fun. I don't ever, unless they're playing my team. I would rather same city teams do well, but a lot of people don't feel that way. Like Mets fans aren't really ever gonna root for the Yankees, but that's just because they always lose. So it's just like Yankee fans, we have some wins, so we don't mind like feeling some pity rooting, Although it's been a very frustrating time.
So Joe, who's your compilation teams? Who do you think is they're gonna make it now?
I just know who's definitely going to Super Bowl is going to be the Chiefs or the 49ers.
Oh, you think 49ers still gonna? You think they're gonna beat the Eagles?
Bengals, and I don't know. I don't think the Bengals are really gonna go that far. Eagles, I hope not. I really hope the Eagles. I hope they hurt the quarterback or hurt somebody important. They're out. Sorry, I'm not a Philly fan at all. I don't know. No, I have friends in Philadelphia, but for some reason I just don't like any of their teams.
Whoever plays against the Eagles, that's who I'm going for.
Yeah, exactly. In the same way, I go whoever. That's the only time I root for the Giants. Like I was rooting for the Giants to win because I knew that we could destroy the Giants if we played them. So I was just like, let the Giants win.
Right.
So the Eagles have me shook. I'm scared for whoever plays them. I can't. I don't even know what happened.
I mean, the Eagles would definitely beat the 49ers, but if they had to play the Chiefs, I think they'll lose against the Chiefs.
So you take the Chiefs will win it up?
Yeah, like I said, either them or 49ers. It's one of those two.
So 49ers are quite. I don't know, man. The Bengals are sneaking in there, so we'll see. It's gonna be tough, but I think that I don't know, man.
Bengals usually has the same type of luck as Dallas and Bills, so that's why I don't think Bengals are going in.
Right. Well, I think it's gonna be Chiefs and the Eagles, but I hope the Chiefs beat the Eagles.
Me too.
Yeah, so I just don't want to see the Eagles winning. That's all I know.
No, the Eagles, they just won one like a couple of they won one not long ago enough for them to win another one. Like no one needs Philly to win another championship for a few more decades. Like definitely not already. Same thing with New England. God, get them the fuck out of here. Thank God they're not gonna do anything for a little while.
So Brady
what?
So Brady goes back to the Patriots next year.
We should be good. We shouldn't get anything out of the Patriots or the Red Sox for like a good 5 years now, hopefully. And that's they need a title timeout. They won. They went from like the Red Sox went from like none for 96 years. They won like 4 since then. Like get the fuck out of here. Get away from me. And then the Patriots, like I just get out of here.
Well, they lost Tom Brady and then they start losing. So I don't know.
Yeah, they're done for a while.
Cheaters. But all I know is when in Texas, if you ever want to do a film, just put me up on one of your couches and we can make a movie in Texas. I would love to shoot something in Texas. I don't care.
Awesome. Definitely.
You make a movie, that's fine. Just give me a couch to sleep on or something. It's not to pay for all that. Save me that expense. I got you.
You guys heard it here first. Joe Phame is for hire. All you need is a couch.
That's pretty deep.
It has to be like a nice place to never travel to before,
Right.
All right. And an exotic location. A nice couch and an exotic location.
Yeah, Florida I've been to, so nowhere in Florida. But if you tell me like California, you tell me Texas, you tell me anywhere, Vegas, cool. Just give me a couch.
Shoot a movie in Vegas.
You ever thought about doing a Western?
Shoot a Western too?
Well,
I'll shoot anything really.
Right.
A Western horror? Oh, that's new.
Ooh,
that would be cool too. Yeah, definitely.
I actually don't think I've ever really seen a Western horror before, but that would be.
Wow. Yeah, I never thought about that. That'd be.
I feel like time period horror movies are like 80s, present day, or like Jack the Ripper. Like there's not, like you don't get like I don't know, maybe like 60s, 70s, but you don't even really get like a 1950s serial killer. Like, does that movie even really exist? Like, honestly, like someone who looks like one of the T-Birds who like kills people in his spare time. Like, does that exist? Because I don't think I've ever seen that.
We'll make it a Bonnie and Clyde into killers instead.
Right.
Jonathan's telling me that There's gonna have to be a 2-seat couch, and you're gonna have to share it because he's gonna have to come with them.
Jonathan would have to come with me. He usually would.
Right.
Usually where I go, Jonathan goes. Kind of good at the hip, or like a dual package.
That's a good team.
Well, cool. So we're gonna start promoting the Phame.
European Film Festival.
Yeah,
It's really hard to say fast.
European really is.
European Film Festival.
Film Festival. There we go. So we're gonna we'll start promoting that, and then we'll get together, Joe, and we'll see if we can get together, get some celebrity judges together on that. Let's make that happen. And then
members.
Do what?
I'll add you to the board members if you want to just fully hop on.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. We'll talk about that. And
$20
then
a week.
and you said the deadline. The deadline was in
July 24th, I believe it said.
Yeah, like 2
okay.
months.
So we'll make sure to post all that information and get that up there.
Yeah,
They got pretty much 7 months from today to get their movie completed and submitted.
yeah. But if they want to get the early deadline, that's on the 28th of February to get that cheaper price to submit, then that's your best way to do it.
Cool. So Pro, do you got anything going on this weekend?
Ooh, yeah, I am going to be working on set with the good old Rick Owen, who did stop by here today. I don't really know what we're doing. I have some details, but I pretty much just say yes and show up. So I'll let you know how it goes on Monday.
All right, cool. And then I have the interview tomorrow with Jasmine, which is going to be awesome. We're going to do a live interview. So you guys keep an eye on open for that, and come join us tomorrow so you can get to know Jasmine and jump in and ask some questions, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. And what else we got? We have I may have another interview this weekend with Suku George from which is one of our sponsors actually. So hopefully we get that set up and get that up and running. So all right, guys. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Joe, so much for being on, brother.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Definitely.
Yeah, it was good to get to know you, man. Finally, man.
Finally, I see you all the time. Like, oh, how, they don't ask me to be on this show. Huh. I'm like, soccer, get me on this show. Well, it was my show too.
After we said things about guests, Joe was like, "You didn't come to me first." We had like a 2-hour conversation. His feeling. No, I'm just kidding. I'm making this all up.
Yeah, I got in my feelings. I was like. Damn.
He didn't even tell. There was no context in the message. It just said, "What about me?" That's all he said. I had no idea. It was like, it just said, "What about me?"
Yeah, what about me? And I was your attention. That's why I was posting like so much. Like, look at me.
Just start asking people, "What about me?" and see what they respond with.
I know, but it worked.
Right?
Closing this industry. Take what you want. But if you want to interview them, you gotta demand it.
You know, squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's what I've always been told. Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Awesome. Well, cool. But it was definitely an honor to have you come on and get to know you, man.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate everything.
Well, cool. All right, guys. Until the next episode, remember, you guys are uniquely designed with a purpose, and always keep moving forward.
Bye, guys.
Peace.